All right, so I'm going to show you how to use ChatGPT to have an awesome teacher observation and also just to become a better educator. So, what I'm going to do is start off with a prompt, which a prompt is just the instructions you give ChatGPT. It is a skill you can develop. And I'm going to ask it to read this information and await further instructions. I always like to break it down piece by piece. It helps me just to make sure that I don't give it too much information and it kind of like gets rid of the quality of the information that it gives me. So, I'm just going to go ahead and ask it to wait. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this rubric. And this is the T-test rubric. This is the standard by which we're graded here in the state of Texas. I'm sure you have your own rubric in your state. But what I'm going to do is just download this right here as a PDF. And now that it is downloaded, and we're all aiming for distinguished, right? So I'm going to keep that at the forefront of my mind. And what I want to do is come here and just upload it from the computer. And it should be the very last thing that was uh, all right. And so right here you have the t-test rubric. So the other thing that I want to give it is these are the TEKs, right? These are criteria. These are the standards by which we're supposed to teach our students, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead control minus to make this very small. ChatGPT can read fine print, so just shrink it down small. I'm going to get the snipping tool here. Just start searching snipping here. Click that, and then I'm just going to ask for a new image. And what I'm going to do is just screenshot this and make sure to get all the information, the relevant information. And now that it is saved there, what I'm going to do is come back to ChatGPT, just put a space there, and then paste these pictures. All right, and it's loading. And then I'm going to do that with, because it's 2 pages of information. All right, and here's the second page. So same thing, just make sure you get all the information. And then go back to ChatGPT and paste it. Right, so now it has read your the t-test rubric, and it has read the standards, the TEKs, right? This is what we use in Texas. And so what I want to do now, the final thing I'm going to add here is the assignment that I'm going to do for my observation. So I want to make sure that I'm hitting that distinguish mark, and I want to make sure that I'm giving it as much information as I can, ChatGPT, because it works better that way. So this is a lab that I'm going to be doing with the students. So I will just put that there and ask it to read these different pieces of information. All right. And so now I've asked it to read all that information, the TEKs, the rubric, and the lab that I'm going to be doing. And then I asked it, I have an upcoming teaching observation, and I want to make sure that I get as many distinguished marks as I can. Can you take all the information you read and help me answer these pre observation conference questions to help me prepare for the observation and to help me improve my teaching? And then I am going to go to the pre-conference questions that we were given. I know not everyone gets these, but these are some of the questions that I want to answer and think about before the observation and the pre-conference observation, just to make sure that I know what I should be doing. Right. So then I'm just going to paste that here and then just either hit enter or this up arrow. And then it takes some time to think, especially because it's considering all the different information that you fed it. And so, what do you want students to know and be able to do as a result of this lesson? And it gives me all of the information. So, these are the things that I'm going to aim for, identify and describe. Some of these things are just what we do anyway, analyze how matter changes state. So, a lot of these things, I made sure that I'm doing this lab investigation. And what is a learning target? So again, it's answering all of those questions according to what you should be aiming for, which is that distinguish mark in the rubric, and which TEKs will be addressed. It is able to consider all of those things, so you don't have to go digging through all of that information. Again, just screenshot it and then feed it to ChatGPT so that it can break it down. And then it mentions a next step. Now that we've established a strong response for your pre-observation conference, we can refine other aspects of your lesson to maximize your distinguished marks. Let me know if you want to work on work on anticipating student misconceptions. These are things that you should be doing if you want to hit those distinguished marks, right? If you don't do these things, you probably will miss those. But if you, this is like a checklist, right? And you can just go down the list and see, what are the things that you do and what are the things that you haven't been doing that you should be doing. And so I just went down the list and I just asked this question. So the next, what instructional strategies and activities will you use? And so it's, again, it's taking all of the, it's taking the most optimal level, the optimal level where you should be, and it is trying to get you there. And so if you're someone who likes to improve and get better at your craft, this is definitely something that you should be doing on a regular basis.